so guilty.
What's good, guys? It's Girl Facts. Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. Hope you guys are safe, because you ain't safe out here in the street. It's been a minute. It's been a while since I've done a YouTube video, because I just be uploading just interviews, because that's where I'm at when it comes to my channel. But I just thought, let me do last video of the year before we enter the new year. And I just wanted to do like a reflection video on the year so far, the year of 2023, and what to expect on the year of 2024, and also just to give you guys a bit of advice for all my 20-somethings. I'm not trying to be this whole guru on how you should be living your best life, but I'm just going to give you my experience for this year, the year of 2023. This year for me, I'm not gonna lie, it's been an amazing year, an adventurous year, filled with so many incredible experiences, a whole lot of laughter, a whole lot of tears, ups, downs, but mainly ups. It's just been amazing, but I would be lying if I said that there were times where there were times that I wanted to give up, because there were times where I wanted to give up, especially with this freelancing, being a freelance presenter, hosting. I don't know, I just had this very high expectation of this year because of how incredible last year was, and thought to myself, you know what, now that I've got the experience and everything like that, like I just want to be like booked and busy, hosting left, right and center, bookings left, right and center. When, don't get me wrong, I have received some hosting bookings and stuff like that, but this freelancing thing is not for the weak. Like, it ain't easy. Like, oh child, this entertainment industry, boy, when they tell you it ain't easy, it is not easy. But one thing I will say, that I am grateful and thankful for every opportunity that I had this year, even last year, but obviously this year. I'm grateful and thankful for every interview, for every person that gave me the opportunity to interview them, whether it's on my channel or anywhere else. Like, I am very thankful, because honestly, from where I started a few years ago as a presenter, not as an online presenter, but as a radio presenter, like being on radio has opened so many doors for me, so many opportunities for me. I wouldn't be where I am. Like, honestly, the amount of networking that I'd be doing, and just putting myself out there, and just being so consistent and building up my online presence, when I tell you, it's opened a lot of doors for me. Like, we're gonna talk about my highlights of this year, but I'm telling you this right now, like, if you want to get into the industry, I'm telling you, do it, but also remember, it is not easy. Like, you have to take risks. It's not for the weak. Like, it's really not. Like, if you want an easy, regular, schmegular life, boy, just get a 9 to 5. Like, just get a 9 to 5, because it is like that. And I know a lot of people might find it a bit condescending or whatever. Honestly, just get a 9 to 5 if you want an easy life. But if you are one of those people that you want more, that the job that you're in is not fulfilling you, and you feel like you want to pursue your passion and your dreams, please just remember, like, it is possible, but it's not easy. Like, it's not easy. Like, nothing comes easy. When you want something big, when you trying to pursue your dreams, it's not easy. Like, it's really not. And all because it's going to get tough, that doesn't mean it's not going to happen for you. It's just part of the journey. I have to tell myself that as well. But yeah, it hasn't been easy. But I always have to think to myself, like, girl, like, you are very fortunate. Like, you're very privileged in terms of you have all the resources in front of you. I was watching one interview that Shikana TV did with the former founder of Grassfields. I forgot her name, but listening to her story just made me realize and reminded me to stop complaining. Like, stop complaining. Literally, everything is in front of you. Like, all the resources are in front of you. Like, the fact that you're able to wake up and have a roof over your head is a luxury. The fact that you're able to travel, like, even if it's like a short trip, somewhere in Europe, that's a luxury. The fact that you're able to like pursue your dreams is a luxury. The fact that you have a side job is a luxury. Like, everything is a luxury. Like, stop complaining and just do the job. And I feel like I'm doing less complaining now. Not that I was that person that was always complaining, but I always have to remind myself that I'm very fortunate and I should be grateful for the things that I have right now. I might not be where I want to be, but I'm definitely not where I used to be. You know what I'm trying to say? But I will say that I've had a lot of highlights this year. Like, this year I was outside. This year I was outside. Especially this year summer. Oh, baby girl was outside. When I tell you I was outside, I was outside. That is the best thing about having like a day job, that you only work 3 days a week, because literally, like, I've been outside. Like, the amount of annual leave that I took this year's summer, I was like, boy, I'm outside. Like, for real, especially with what I do and stuff. Like, I've got to be like present and stuff like that. But I feel like for me, I've had to write notes down, but my main highlights of this year is definitely taking a solo trip, my second solo trip to Cyprus. Guys, I just landed in Cyprus. Listen, let the fun begin. That was a long flight. The way I was sleeping, I feel like I've learned so much about myself in terms of that trip, and it just reminded me that anything you want, you get. Like, anything's possible. And after my successful solo trip to Portugal last year, I was like, I have to go to another solo trip this year. And it was definitely Cyprus. And I had an amazing time. And it just goes to show that, you know what, I really enjoy my own company. As sociable as I am, as much as I love being a social butterfly, I also enjoy my own company. And that trip was so needed. But when I tell you, yeah, so I did a whole lot of traveling this year. Well, not a whole lot of traveling, but yeah, Cyprus, going to Lanzarote with my cousin. That was definitely an amazing trip. That was probably the best girls trip I've ever had, and I've always wanted to go to Lanzarote, Spain. I also did a solo trip. I went to a festival by myself, the Reggaeland Festival, where I got to see Sean Paul. 10 out of 10. When I tell you, I recommend every single one of you to go to a festival or concert by yourself. Like, honestly, it's the best feeling. You get to meet a whole lot of different people and you just get to enjoy your own vibe. Also, of course, hosting events, hosting shows. I've hosted like an open mic event. I also had the opportunity to do like moderate a seminar panel on mental health in the music industry in London for Access All Areas. That was a great opportunity because I got to speak to people in the industry and also build my network and just get to meet like genuine people as well. And let's not forget my interviews. Let me tell you something. If you haven't watched my interviews, what are you doing? Because my interviews are a 10 out of 10. Like, I know it might sound a bit vain, but I don't care. My interviews this year have been amazing. Like, first of all, can I just say big up to the Married at First Sight UK cast. When I tell you this year's cast have been amazing, and they're so down to earth, and they were just so humble and so lovely. Like, I remember when I did my TikTok video, basically doing a breakdown review of the cast when the cast was first revealed. Tell me why the very next day, about 3-4 of them, or even like, I think, yeah, about 4 of them literally followed me on Instagram the very next day. I was like, little me, like, why, I'm even like, I can't even speak, but like, I was so shocked. I was like, at first I was like, how did they find me? But then I was like, my video. So that was amazing. If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, head over to my TikTok because that's where all the fun is. And the algorithm is so much better. So yeah, I was so shocked that they followed me. But honestly, they were so lovely and they were open to have a conversation with me. Like, they were open to me interviewing them, having a conversation with me about their time, their journey on the show. I'm acting as if like I've never done interviews. Last year I got to interview some of the cast, I believe Shanita and Jess from Series 7, but I feel like this year was different. I don't know, it was just, last year was great, but this year was different because, I don't know, I just felt like, I don't know, maybe this is something that I need to work on and it's my imposter syndrome, but I was just very shocked, like, they actually wanted to speak to me. Even though you were with Paul, was there any point in that experiment where you thought, you know what, like, there's other good-looking guys in this experiment. Did you have your eye on anybody else, or was it all the way Paul? Like, was there someone that you thought, he's a bit of me, you know? Like, I could go for this one too, you know?
Oh, if I had a drink, I would sip it.
I gotta ask you, if you had to rate your experience on Married at First Sight UK out of 10, what would you rate it and why?
I would say my match, probably a 3 out of 10. My experience. If I'm gonna be so for real, like, do you want me to be for real, or do you want me to be fake?
Yeah, be
okay, so let's be for real.
Like, big up to Paul, especially Paul from Married at First Sight UK, because I remember when I reached out to him, and obviously, like, I normally send out like a massive email, you know, introducing myself, who I am, giving them examples of my interviews, and literally Paul responded back saying, I already know who you are. It would be an honor to get interviewed by you or be on my platform. And I was like, me? Like, I'm fanning. I'm literally fanning. Like, I'm like a fan. Like, I'm a supporter for you. And you actually talking about it would be an honor for me. And I remember towards the end of the interview, he was like, you're really smashing it. Like, I was shocked. Like, she's inspired by me. One of the moments that I've got to talk to you about is that moment when you told your mother that you were about to get married to a complete stranger on TV.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind when you actually told her that?
You know what? I was so nervous because I had to lie to her. I told her it was for a completely different show. It was a traveling show. I was just explaining to her what countries I was going to. So she honestly had no clue. Same with my dad. And they cut out a lot. My mom went in. She was like, you're only doing this because you can't get girls by yourself. What's wrong with you? Like, my mom went in. I took a big L.
Like, your mom was like, she wasn't holding back. What have you got yourself into, please?
Honestly, my dad had better to say as well, but they cut it out. Like, you know how African parents are, man. If you don't follow the traditional rules, if you don't follow the steps they give you, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, because I was scared for you, Paul.
I was scared. I was shook. I couldn't believe it. Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. Cameras weren't there. I would not be there. Tasha will have no husband.
Like, I was just so shocked. But it just goes to show, like, people enjoy what you do. Massive shout out to Tasha, Paul, Portia for allowing me to interview them, because honestly, like, I'm so thankful. Like, I believe that those are the only 3 that I interviewed: Tasha, Paul, and Portia. Especially after what I went through beforehand, because, you know, in this industry, not everything's going to be smooth sailing. You're going to have amazing interviews, and you're going to have certain interviews or certain people, certain guests that will let you down, but you can't take it personal. At the time, I did feel a type of way in terms of the interview that I did before maths, because I'm not gonna lie, I went through something before I did those interviews, and I'm not gonna lie, like, it kind of made me question myself as an interviewer and as a presenter, because I was like, it was definitely like one heck of an experience, but I learned so much from it. So after doing them amazing interviews, I was like, oh my God, like, I'm so gassed. But yeah, I'm so grateful for that. And also, I've had amazing international interviews. Justina Valentine from Wild 'N Out, that was major for me. You've been doing Wild 'N Out for a very long time. How do you stay ready when you're on stage and you're going head to head with the other cast, especially with the roast challenge and the battle rap? Because you don't hold back when it comes to the roast challenge.
Yeah. I think you said it fast. It's like, you know, for me, it's like, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I'm just ready. Like, this is just what I do. So
What else? Louis Manana from Young Famous in Africa. A lot of the viewers thought that the way Bonang came at you was a bit disrespectful. And obviously, even though she kept saying that, you know, he was lying, she didn't remember, the receipts don't lie. The receipts don't lie.
One thing about me, I don't lie like that. And one thing about me, there are always receipts. I mean, who goes on global TV and lies on someone like that without receipts? I mean, come on, dude. Like,
that was an amazing interview. And this artist who goes by the name of Chef Ludizi from Miami, that was amazing as well. I've also interviewed some of the Love Island Casa Amor contestants. That was great. But I will say, out of all the interviews that I've done, it has to be Maths UK, especially Portia. Guys, Portia is hilarious. She is so funny, and I feel like the show didn't show her personality. But yeah, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful and thankful for what I do. I'm so grateful for my career as a presenter and as a host and as an interviewer, because I get to meet amazing people. I get to connect with amazing people. I get to have a conversation with amazing people from different walks of life, from different journeys, talking about their projects, ventures, and just random conversations. Oh, let's not forget Blue Therapy interview with Temi and Tang. That was a 10 out of 10. But yeah, it's been a good year. It's been a good year, like for real. But yeah, those are some of my highlights. Of course, radio has been great as well. But I feel like next year, I want to step it up. Okay? I feel like, not the fact that I was sleeping on myself this year, because I haven't, because if you know me, you know I'll be working non-stop, like consistently. But I feel like I want to step it up next year. I think next year it's time for me to like take it to another level in terms of like my presenting career, my hosting career, my interviewing career. Do you know what I would love to do? And I'm going to put it out there. So when I watch it back, when it happens, and when I watch it back, I'll be like, you know what? I said this. But this time next year, or I feel like next year, I would love to work with Channel 4. Like, I feel like if I could choose a network to work with, I would love to work with Channel 4. I would love to do some presenting for them. I don't know, for a podcast or for a particular show. I want a TV opportunity. Like, I would love to do TV. Because I feel like, not reality TV, because if it's reality TV, I want to host a reunion, I want to host something. But I feel like I want to work with Channel 4. I would love to do a hosting, presenting. I know Married at First Sight UK, they have a podcast. OMG. When I tell you, big up to Yasmin, first of all. She's an amazing presenter. But if I can do something like that with Channel 4 for a particular show, what? That's my kind of vibe. I would love to do something for Channel 4. I would love to work with Netflix, Spotify, MTV. Oh my God, MTV? Catfish? That is my show right there. Guys, come on. That would be amazing. I would love to do red carpet, 100%. I want to do red carpet interviews, MBCC Awards in Birmingham, Youth Music Awards. I would love to present an award. I want to be nominated for an award. I want to be nominated for an award for my gift, for my talent, for my hard work, because I work, okay? I work. But yeah, I would love to do that. I want to do things internationally. I want to be an international presenter, you see? Like, within the next few years, look at even my hair. No, for real, like within the next few years, I want to be on the screens, baby. I want to be on the billboards. What? I know I've said this on a couple of videos like years ago, but I would love to be on the billboards. I would love to just do what I love to do and just do it full time. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a goal, that's the dream, and I know it's gonna happen. with God's timing, but it's definitely going to happen because I feel like this is my lane, this is my calling. I will say this, and this is just from my experience and from my journey, even last year, but I want to give advice to my 20-somethings. I'm at that age where I'm like 28, I'm about to be 30, not next year, but the year after. And the lessons I've learned within the last few years, and even like in my mid-20s, actually in the last few years, even this year, is one of the things I will say, the key to having an amazing year is stop waiting on people. Stop waiting on people. And what I mean by that is, if you want to travel the world and experience new things, do it. Do it solo. Do it solo. I advise every single person that's watching this video, yeah, to travel solo once in their life. Once in their life. If you've watched my Portugal solo trip, my Cyprus solo trip, you know it's a vibe. Traveling alone is such a vibe. I would say start with something small, like go to the cinema or go to a restaurant just to like get used to it, or travel somewhere in Europe, but definitely travel solo. Like, you will literally love it. I'm a social butterfly, and I'm telling you, you are going to enjoy it. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, who's going to take my pictures? Who am I going to talk to? Invest in a tripod and take pictures of yourself like that. When I tell you, I've been taking some good pictures with my tripod, with my traveling tripod, like for real. So definitely, if you want to do something, do it. If you want to try out a new restaurant, go for it. If you want to try out a new place, go and do it. Stop waiting on people. If you want to go to an event solo, go to that event solo. You're looking at someone that goes to networking events on a consistent basis. Okay, not every single week, but I go to networking events a lot. And a lot of the times that I go to these events, I go solo. And the type of networking events that I go is like the ones that are about creative industry, presenting, radio. I'm telling you, no, a lot of you are going to say, oh, well, it's the cost of living. First of all, if you can invest in Netflix, you can definitely invest in paying £10 to go to a networking event. And a lot of these networking events are free. So anything that is interest to you and you want to go and expand your network, or you want to meet new people and make new friends, go and do it. A lot of these events are free, especially the ones in London. The ones in London are the best ones because those events, you get to meet people in the industry. Like, for real. So definitely go to events, travel, go and try out that restaurant, book that annual leave. Y'all better stop wasting your annual leave. Book that annual leave. They'll be fine without you. They'll find cover for you. Book that annual leave and book it early. Okay? I'm telling you. Because at the end of the day, yes, you have to work, but you're also human, and life is not just about work. Okay, life is for the living. You gotta live life to the fullest, baby. Especially when you're young. You're wasting all these precious years, your youth years, just to work constantly. No, go out there, make memories with yourself, make memories with your loved ones. Live your life to the fullest. I saw a quote online just before I came on here, and it said, allowing yourself to take risks and pursue your dreams is a form of self-love. Let me tell you something, that right there spoke to me, because I feel like people have different perceptions when it comes to self-love. Like, self-love is not about taking like 5,000 trips. Self-love is also about what's within. And I feel like if you have a passion or something that you want to pursue, take that risk, go for it. Obviously, take realistic risks. Don't just like quit your job and, do you know what I mean? Like, don't do that, but take risks. Like, life is for the living. Like, I feel like we tend to make a lot of excuses on ourselves, like, oh, I don't want to do this, or I'm getting older now, or I don't have the funds, I don't have the resources, I don't have the network. But you gotta start from somewhere. Like, you actually gotta start from somewhere. So I feel like definitely stop sleeping on yourself. Another thing that I really enjoyed, and which was one of the biggest highlights for me, was spending time with my loved ones. Like, with the lifestyle that I have, like, I'm always on my feet, I'm always on the go, especially with what I do and, you know, things that I want to pursue. I'm always on the go. So sometimes I don't get the time to spend time with my parents, but I feel like this year I made the effort. I'm from the moment it hit the new year up until like the end, coming up to the end of the year, I spent 2.5 weeks with my parents. Eid was a must. My mum's birthday, like, I was literally a lot. Like, I was at home a lot because I was like, I want to make time for my loved ones and for my parents, because as we grow and as years go by, our parents are getting older. Like, people that I grew up with are getting older. Like, and I just want to make time for my loved ones. It's so easy to just always like be on the go and always working, and it's like, what about our loved ones? So yeah, that is my main priority for me, like, is to make time for my loved ones, like, on a real, because they are one of my main priorities at the end of the day. But yeah, the new year is looking sensational. I'm excited for 2024. I feel like I'm just gonna, obviously I'm gonna put in the work, but I'm just gonna go with the flow and take it where it takes me, continue to pray and just continue to just manifest all my goals and all my dreams. And I'm looking forward to the new year. We're still gonna be traveling, child. Honestly, for anyone that's watching, like, just go after your dreams. Like, I know I keep saying this, but just go after your dreams. Like, stop sleeping on yourself. Stop telling yourself that you're not good enough, because you are good enough and you are very gifted, you are very talented. And don't play small, okay? Stop, you know, doubting yourself. Stop saying that, you know, you're not good enough, because you are good enough and you're good enough for that role. And avoid toxic negativity. If something is not serving you when it comes to a job, relationships, everything, listen, you gotta say bye-bye to it. You gotta say goodbye, because we're not allowing negative energy to drain our mental health, our sanity, and our peace. One thing about me, I'm very strategic. If I feel like, you know what, this is not good for me, I'm gonna make sure that I remove myself out of that environment. You know what I'm trying to say? For real. But yeah, I'm excited for the new year. I think this is gonna be the last video of the year. I want to say thank you so much to every single person, to everyone, to all the supporters, all the viewers, for watching my content, watching every interview. I appreciate you so much. To everyone that's been watching my content on TikTok, I appreciate you as well. To every guest, I don't know if they're gonna watch this, but to every guest that allowed me to interview them this year, I appreciate you as well. Here's to more interviews, more opportunities, more blessings, abundance. Honey, we're starting on a high. Okay, for the new year, and I'm just excited. But yeah, happy new year to all. I know it's early, but I just want to say happy new year to all. Wishing you guys an amazing new year. And let's just continue to just prosper. You know what I mean? But yeah, thank you. Have an amazing year. Make sure you guys subscribe, because we have more interviews coming up in the new year. Don't forget to turn your notifications on, and I shall see you guys in the new year. Bye.